Everyone, you have seen the thumbnails that these 20 skills made me 10x faster. Every developer needs this kind of cursor skills. So you downloaded a few from GitHub, dropped them into your project, asked the AI to build a feature, and then you sat there wondering, that's it? Where's the magic? Maybe it worked, maybe it didn't. Maybe we weren't even sure the skill was being used. And the question started like, what exactly is skills? Is it just another prompt? Why does cursor have skills? Why does Claude? Can I build my own? Or is just another AI trend that will vanish in 6 months? Those are the right concerns and questions. Because most developers know how to install a skill, very few really understand what a skill actually is. Here's the simplest definition. A skill is packaged experience, not a prompt, not a magic, not a AI inside AI. Just experience captured, organized, reused. Imagine onboarding a senior developer for your project. You don't just hand them the prepo and say build. You explain your conventions, your architecture, your tools, everything. That's what a skill does for AI. And the best way to see it, to watch it work. Let's do a live demo. I have got a basic Next.js project here. No skill installed. I will ask Cursor to build a sign-up form. It works, but it's generic. No loading status, no job, no custom button component. Now I will drop in a single skill. My project's front-end conventions. Same prompt, same request, but completely different output. That's not a better prompt, that's better knowledge. And the reason it works is something most people never explain. What actually happens when skill is used. We'll get to that, but first let's fix a big misunderstanding. Where skill actually came from. If you have been around AI long enough, you remember the prompt engineering days. Pages and pages of instructions like you are a senior React developer, always write clean code, follow solid principles. Every morning you had pasted a novel into ChatGPT before even asking real questions. It worked until it didn't. There are two problems. First, repetitions. You were spending more time teaching the AI than solving your actual problems. Second, inconsistency. On a team of 5, everyone wrote different things, different libraries, different styles, different rules. The AI wasn't inconsistent, the human were. So we evolved. Custom instructions, system prompts, Cursor introduced rules. It's like files that lived in your project and gave the AI persistent context. That was huge jump. The AI finally knew your stack without being told every time. But rules were still tied to one editor. That wasn't like portable. The Anthropic did something smart. They introduced skills, a real open specifications. A folder inside it, SKILL.md file with YML front matter, name, description, optional trigger, plus scripts, templates, references. And here's the critical part, they made it portable. The same SKILL.md works in Claude Code, Cursor, Codex, or even Gemini. Drop it into Cursor skills and it just works. This was the USB-C movement for the AI instruction. So when you hear Cursor skills today, it's not because Cursor introduced them, it's because Cursor adopted the standard that Anthropic created. And that's actually a better story because it means you can build a skill once, it's not logged into in one tool. That's the world we are already living in. Now that you know where they came from, let's open the hood. How does a skill actually get loaded and used? You have 20 skills in your project. Does the AI read all of them every time you press enter? No, that would be incredibly wasteful. The magic is something called progressive disclosure. It works in 4 levels. Level 1, the AI only sees the formatter, name, description for every skill, lightweight and saves money. Level 2, when you request match a skill descriptions, the full SKILL.md body loads the context. Just that one file, not the script. Level 3, reference files, docs, architecture notes, and loaded only if skills body reference them. That's selective and on demand. The last level, executable scripts run outside the context window entirely. They don't consume tokens, they just produce results that AI can see. If you dump 500 pages into a single skill, the AI has to shift through all of it every time it's triggered. Small, focused skills stay cheap and accurate. Let's look at a real skills anatomy. A minimal SKILL.md looks like this. A YML file, name like Next.js frontend descriptions, whatever you want to do with these skills. Then markdown instructions. Not how to use React. The AI knows React. It's how we use React. It's like always use our custom button component from components UI. Wrap forms with React hook forms. We validate with Jord. Add loading.tsx for every async pages. That's it. This way you will write. A professional skill might add folders, even like templates with starter files, examples showing correct usage, scripts for setup commands, reference with architecture decisions. But the code is always the same. A tiny formatter files and a few hundred words of team-specific knowledge. Now you understand the mechanism. But what separates a great skill from a useless one? Let's say, here's a bad skill. Like, you are a React expert, write clean code full of best practice. Technically it's a skill, but it's worthless. What's clean code? What's best practices? The AI still has to guess. And guessing kills consistency. A good skill is specific, opinionated, and acts like a senior dev who already knows your code base. For example, the project uses Next.js, app router, TypeScript, React hook form, Jord, and something whatever you are using. Prefer server components, keep components under 200 lines, business logic goes in services folder, never fetch inside client component unless necessary. Notice what's changed. You are not teaching React, you are teaching how your team uses React. And you don't need a skill for everything. A good rule is, if you have repeated the same instruction 3 or 4 times, consider extracting it. But if it's for one time, a CSV importer you will never write again, keep it as a prompt. Think of prompt as a local function. Skills are reusable libraries. You don't publish every function as an NPM package. You only extract when you see genuine reuse. Also, never make a skill for a library you still evaluating. Never make a skill for code that changes widely from sprint to sprint. Stabilize first, then package. Now you could go find hundreds of skills online. But I want to show you a real production grade setup, the 3 skills I actually use. I maintain 3 small, focused skills. Each does one job exceptionally well. First, design system skill. Contains our button, input, model conventions, templates for new components, a checklist. Every component must handle loading, emptier, or edge cases. Secondly, I used security checklist skill. No code generation, just a review checklist. Input validation, auth checks, CSFR, SQL injections, secrets handling. It runs as a final pass before any peer. And finally, I use code review skill. This one is orchestrator. When I ask AI to review a pull request, this skill is activated. It doesn't contain all the rules itself. It invokes the design system skill to check UI consistency. It invokes the security checklist skill to audit the difference. Then it's assemble a single structured review. That's the composability I have been talking about. Small pieces, loosely joined, doing exactly what they are designed for. And this entire kit lives in a single folder. New team member, clone it. Their AI is immediately productive, no onboarding monologue. Now, if you are not building from scratch, you will probably explore community skills. But you need to be very careful on this. There are thousands of public skills on GitHub. Many are excellent, many are outdated, some are dangerous. Here's my 5-point checklist. First, is it actively maintained? A skill untouched for 2 years is probably touching old pattern. Next thing, is it opinionated? If it says use any state management library, it's not helping. It should say we use Justin because of this. Third, does it include examples? Real code teaches far better than paragraph or theory. Fourth, is it solving one problem well? If a single skill claims to cover React, Node, Docker, AWS, and machine learning, it's trying to do too much. Fifth and the last one, the most importantly, would you give this document to a new human developer? If not, why give it to your AI? And there's the security dimensions that almost no one talks about. Skills can contain executable scripts. If you download a skill from a stranger and it has a setup.sh, you are effectively running an untrusted code. Treat community skills the way you treat the third-party dependencies. Read every line, run nothing blindly. That's supply chain awareness, and in 2026, it matters just as much as for skills as it does for NPM packages earlier. Still don't exist in a vacuum. They are part of a bigger shift. If AI is going to be a real teammate, it needs 5 things. First, prompts. It tells AI what to do. Then skills. It teaches it how you work. Memory, so it remembers across sessions. MCP, so it can connect to your tools, database, and APIs. And finally, the agents to orchestrate everything and complete tasks autonomously. That's the stack. And when you understand that, you stop chasing individual features. You start seeing the whole picture. So here's the one thing I want you to take away. Every experienced developer carried hard-earned knowledge, architecture decisions, debugging habits, code review instincts. Most of the knowledge lives inside people's head and it walks out the door when they leave. A skill is how you make that knowledge permanent. Not a markdown file, not a cursor feature, captured experience. Build one this week, not 50, just one. Find something you repeat endlessly and package it. Use it, improve it, on the go. Tools will change, AI models will change, but the ability to capture, share, and reuse real engineering experience that compounds forever. Thanks for watching. If this give you a mental model rather than just another list of downloads, subscribe. We are building better engineers here, not better prompts collector. See you in the next one. Thank you.